1 hour to go in a Thursday session. Positive for U.S. equities. Here we go. 1% here for the S&P, the Dow, and the NASDAQ, holding on to nice gains here for the TSX in Toronto as well. All about Tesla this afternoon, running into the close here. Again, 1 hour to go. There is a shareholder meeting tonight, guys, for Tesla at 5:30 p.m. Let's go.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh, we have a graphic for that. Not too late.
Money, 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 money.
Tesla, man.
Wow.
Wow, Tesla. So breaks 790, breaks the high of the day, breaks 800. It actually just turned around here at 805. I was just looking at, I was trying to pick out where it might turn around because I took a 799.50 short, and that really didn't last very long. These are overlapping triangles on our chart. So we got in and up pretty quick, guys. I probably should have just jumped right back into the short. We'll see what happens with Tesla. I'm holding a little bit of Moderna here, but Tesla definitely going to be the story. It was a crazy volume spike, bigger than at the open when it took that 790, and it has been screaming since. If it holds a bid at 800, it could still take the top.
Yeah, and another stock that's been money, money, money all day for us today, and we're still holding it, is Dkng. Let's fire off some hot dogs as you go to the game there. You can use some of your profits to buy $40, $50 hot dogs, and I mean, big time movements here. We shorted there. We didn't dump any of this on the way back up. We were waiting for 51. It never broke, so that was able to hold on to that one. And then now money, money, money coming through as we are now $1 in the money, money with DraftKings and getting right near this level that we should probably take it out. A nice move back in the NASDAQ. We did talk about this, but yeah, so that's a good move downside for Dkng so far, guys, on that play. So we're going to watch to see where that can go. Ford's been a tough one today. A little tough, I should say. It hasn't been super tough, but there's been some issues here with me and with Ford. So we were short early on that right there. We got out at 91 or so. Yeah, 91 break. And then we re-shorted it once we saw that 95 didn't break. So we're going to hold on to that one and see where we go from here. But right now, it's nice profits here for us on Ford.
Yeah, and this is one of those things, guys. So some of the names we're going to be looking at are going to be ones from the morning. You'll see I'm actually still in some Moderna. I got back into that trade. I am sitting here, and Jude, thank you for pointing out. I got away from Neuro. Look at that stop. Stopped out, and this is just a horrible stop out because I should have actually had my stop at 10. I'm kind of kicked myself over it. I didn't get back into it, and then it goes all the way back to 9, back up to the top, so it puts in a lower high. Now I'm sitting in front of this level, but I got to get to CEI here because here comes CEI back again to the top. We had the long when we left you guys in the morning. I did play that short in front of 170. You're going to see it absolutely fall off the table there, and then got back in with a tight stop. I was looking for closer to $2. That's why I didn't really try that top. Trader Pratt, he got it, and he nailed it on memes and movers with that short. I was sitting waiting for it to just take a little bit higher. It never got there. But guess what? It still could. CEI back to 180, very close to 100% up, because remember, it was a penny stock when we ended the day yesterday at 90 cents. CEI might test that 200 level when, $2 level when it's all said and done. I'm sure a lot of you guys would love to see it test 200. Spoiler alert, that's never going to happen.
Well, reverse split.
Okay. And they do it too.
Reverse split.
And they would do it.
And they may. They've been talking about possible reverse split as well. Okay, another name here that we've been watching all day that hasn't done much, Rocket Labs. We're still in that name. Would like to buy it if it dips down below. It actually, we're still both times waiting at 14.50 and it never hit. So we're waiting for Rocket Labs to get going here. DraftKings still that $1 in the money. Okay, I wanted to look Tesla. You just talked about that. That's 803. Let's have a quick look at that one more time on Tesla as it just started to go nuts there. We started the show with it. I don't know. Again, did something must have got leaked here about what they're going to talk about at Investor Day? So, we can watch that. Let's see if there's anything else happening. I mean, there's not going to be much. I called this 800. I mean, we all did, right? A hell of a long time ago when Tesla was back down here baselining at about 600, 620, 660. It's been straight to the upside. A lot of relative strength in Tesla as we've seen the market start to, pick up the last couple of days. Tesla's been just off, it was just 720 let's say last week, whatever this was, September 20th. So September 22nd. And now you're getting it. So 2 weeks ago, a nice little move to the upside there, 10% in a couple weeks. But that's how it moves, man. That is Tesla for you. So let's see if there's anything happening in any of the other names here, like mine is Fisker. I'm into Fisker, not really moving either. But so this is probably just going to be Tesla specific. I don't see any other names moving off here. Brendan, if there is something that gives us some kind of an idea why that happened. That's great. I did want to look at the negativity here surrounding Facebook one more time. We got out of Facebook, right? So I'm still holding it. Sorry, I got out of half of the position, realized that I was way overweight in that, and I mean, silly of me to not know my positions, but we did get filled on this one down here at 325 and then emptied it out at 330 yesterday, which wasn't a great fill because it did, move higher, but kind of covering up those two up days. If we close today below whatever this is, 331.50, which we're getting very close, then tomorrow may have a little bit of a downside here for Facebook, especially if the futures right here close, guys. Thanks, Rob. Close near the low of the day on the NASDAQ. We've seen this play out before. If the NASDAQ comes anywhere near this 14.9, I'm very, very worried about what tomorrow brings. So I think as a swing play, I don't mind stamping this Facebook short because you're up about 1.5% today, and Facebook's the other way, right? And so whenever you see that, relative weakness in a name, and for reasons, I mean, Facebook, the hammer hasn't even been dropped yet. I mean, the Senate, nobody's said anything about anything other than that Mark Zuckerberg will take this security issue under his wing and get it figured out. So, I mean, he's been running Facebook since 2002 or whatever it's been. So let's wait to see now what happens to Facebook. But yeah, I would say negativity reigns supreme on that. The opposite of AMD and NVIDIA.
Yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people in the chat are saying rumor of a dividend for Tesla. Look, the thing is here, and of course, if we see anything concrete, Brendan's going to be all over it. We're not really going to speculate too far on that, but obviously, I'd love to see them do a dividend. That'd be great, right, as a shareholder. But we'll see what happens when they have the investor meeting. And I got a question was about Tilray. Did I think it was a short at this price? I kind of look. I have a 15-minute chart up. And you're going to kind of see what this $11 area looks like here. Just a couple of days ago, you did have this 11 as a bit of a higher support. It then had some trouble when it flushed, and then through this 11 price in the morning. It's now bouncing off like 11.03 a few times. It probably needs to break 11 or at least test those highs for short. In the middle here, I don't like jumping out in front of it. You're basically so far away from resistance, but you're standing right in front of the support level that you might as well just let it break if I was looking for a short there. Tesla, on the other hand, man, it's like this dividend rumor thing is kind of killing me a little bit because when I go to the 15, this was 807. The last time it broke 800, this is 807 at the top. And we just turned around here off of 805, and now you're consolidating. This is probably setting up for a pullback. And like I said, I already swung and missed for like about 50 or 60 cent hit there. It got some slippage on that one, and it does set up for a bit of a rollback on Tesla. You can give it to 805 at this point, but then if you lose on that trade, it's like 807 is almost the real stop, and I don't want to give up $3-4 on this trade when it is so ridiculously strong, and I don't necessarily know the reason for the move up. That's the problem. Like a lot of times, like if I was sort of confident in knowing what the reason was and weighed that and was willing to hold it a little bit longer, then that would make some sense. But we only have 50 minutes for it to roll over, and I feel like some people might want to be holding this at least into the aftermarket. We'll see, Brendo.
All right, here's the tweet that has kicked this off, it would appear, guys. So Tesla's annual presentation and Q&A, they've asked people to vote for questions. One of the questions that has got the most votes and has come to the top of the list is, does Tesla plan to offer any dividends to its shareholders in the next 2 years? So people are voting for questions that will be asked at the shareholder meeting. Somehow that turned into a rumor of a Tesla dividend coming, apparently, guys.
Yeah, it's
sell.
Subtle.
Because they're not going to do a dividend. There's no way they're going to do a dividend. They're going to keep the cash and keep reinvesting it. And that's actually, as an investor, that's actually what you want from Tesla. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see their cash position, and obviously, if it's too much and they don't know anything what to do with it, then yeah, they'll figure that out.
Well, put it into Bitcoin.
But honestly, man, yeah, they'll put it into Bitcoin. I don't love that for the reason why it should go up. I mean, I'd rather them open up more plants, produce more cars, and just go that way rather than give a dividend. I mean, what's a dividend going to yield anyways? Like 1%? I mean, come on. Tesla's move right there was like 1%, right? So I do understand why that rallies the stock, and I'm a big dividend guy. I mean, almost every stock I buy, give or take, has a dividend. I loved it when Apple did it. I love it when Microsoft gave that special dividend. Costco gave a $10 special dividend as well, and that rallied the stock. So yeah, man. I mean, I'm with everybody on the dividends. I mean, I would love for them to pay one as a shareholder. That's fantastic. But I like the capital appreciation as well. So I don't know. I'll wait on that. I'm just saying sell the news if that's what it is. But I don't want to sell any of my Tesla shares anyways. So that's kind of a moot point.
That's the rub, right?
Yeah, exactly. So okay, 49.90 right here. I mean, DraftKings, man. Let's just where's that home run thing right there? Where is it? Let's just do this. Anyways, we're firing Donkey Kong out of the cannon there. Give me that. Almost got that thing there. Okay, we'll hit a home run anyway. Shout out to the Dodgers yesterday. They deserve it, man. They had 100. You know,
Lock it off, baby.
They had 16 more wins than the St. Louis Cardinals. Yet they're in the wild card. I mean, it's an absolute joke. But, you know, MLB's done well. I mean, wild card's better than just having the division leaders, I think. But Neil is more the expert on that. So
I'm not a fan of it. They're entirely too good. You play that many games and you dominate the entire.
But how do you solve it? I mean, you just go 3-game series?
You can do a 3-game series. Your season is long enough. They used to do 154 games.
I think the season should be longer, and then we wouldn't have to worry about it.
You could shorten the season by 5 games and figure it out. It's not that difficult. Like, anyways, that's just me. I could probably whine and complain about that crap for longer than you guys want to hear it. I was just saying in the chat there, CEI is putting in a lower high, and there was 500,000 shares on the offer at 180. So you might have saw me hit try to hit the bid at 179. It's SSR, so I actually couldn't. But I did get the fill at 179 when it came down. And as usual, the name of the game is going to be scalping out of these trades. So this range is about a 5-cent range. I want to make sure I can get some out in the bottom of it. If it breaks lower, I'm not even pretending or hoping or thinking on any stretch of the imagination that this thing is breaking past 155 today or VWAP. It just feels like it's too strong. It's already put in the wipeout move. This is now a recovery move. I felt, and the reason I didn't have the short at the top is because I thought it was going to $2. So when I think along those lines, I'm actually going to get out of this thing if it breaks that 180. It's 79. I'm out if 180 breaks. I'm not putting a stop order. I'm manually hitting that level, and I'm going to have bids in front of 75, 76. I'm going to have bids in front of 70, and then definitely be flat if it falls any further than that on CEI. Did I show the Moderna chart? I probably should.
Who do you think is going to win the World Series?
It's not who I think. I want the Chicago White Sox or the Dodgers to
I knew
win.
you were going to say that because someone just said my White Sox come on, and I'm sort of cheering for them as well.
I love the young guys they have on that team.
Yeah.
It would be a lot of fun for them to win.
Kind of reminds you of the Jays a little bit.
It's just hard to think that anybody but the Dodgers or the Giants are going to win this World Series.
I still think the Blue Jays are going to win the World Series. I don't know. Are they eliminated yet? Damn you, Blue Jays! Damn you! Damn you! No, I mean I want them in too. I mean you. As ticket holder, I mean, that sucks for you because the playoffs are the most fun. I mean, for any sport.
Well, I don't sell them, so.
Oh, exactly. I mean, the sport, to go to the playoffs, especially baseball. I was there a couple of years ago when we were in there. It was 2016 or when was it? Was it 2017?
17,
yeah.
The Batista
so
team.
much fun, man. Even sitting up at that 500 levels is great.
Oh, there's 800.
I mean, the people are going crazy. Okay, DraftKings, just an update here. 49.80 is where we're going to get out. I'm just kind of trailing this every time by a dime. I don't have a stop trail on it, but I'm going to wait to 49.80. That's going to be a little bit of a resistance level there on a moving average. On a 1-minute chart, I don't have moving averages here. This is just VWAP, but the moving average is 49.75 right now on a 1-minute chart for a 3-minute moving average on the 1-minute chart set to that denomination. So and sorry guys, that talk on the dividend was me just spitballing. So I mean I don't. That's just my opinion on why Tesla shouldn't do a dividend. I didn't read a research report or anything on that. So I don't know. That's just me. Okay, someone asked about why did we short Ford? And again, I mean, I talked about this early and we've lost on Ford. Ford's a negative stock for me today. Ford.ny, there it is. Oh God, I got to wait a second because there it is. Okay. So yeah, this whole move up, we missed the Ford long. We love the Ford long. The Ford is actually on. Was it on my sticky note today? No, it was on yesterday sticky note. But the point about it is that we shorted up here. Just thinking that this whole move it kind of went parabolic at about 10 o'clock, like 1465. It just kept going up, up, up. We had about 20 minutes of straight upside. So then me thinking that I was going to be all Mr. Smart guy there. We were going to short 1480, then we shorted 1485, and then we had to get out at 90 break. So then we get out there at 91. Then we noticed this baseline up here at 95, and that let it fall back down. I missed that baseline because again we're doing stuff, and then right there I noticed that we sit back down. And then bang, I see that level and we take it. And then we just started cashing out here. So that's a 92 short. All these outs are 85 or 86, nothing before that. And right now you're retesting. So I'm going to wait till 15 breaks. Let's just see if there's any size here on 15. I mean, there's some decent size size there at 95. Let's scroll all the way down to 15. Yeah, there is. There's a milli on 15. So we'll wait to see if that has any effect. But again, I think if you can short something right now, I don't mind Ford right now on the short side. So watch out for that name, and we'll look for more stock to trade. CEI, Camber, I mean, Neil, we talked about this all day. Yeah. It has been a great trade for me, man. These were all shorts right here. And again, on the sticky note, these shorts, I said short until 135. Then when 135 hits, we went long. We had to sort of have a hero hold, which I didn't like to hold this, but we did. This was during our morning show. If you're just joining us now, we're live. I know I'm talking fast, but we're live every single day, at 8:30. So we went long again, and then we went all the way to the upside. And that's my final out. And I actually tweeted this out, that when we got out right there at 160. So, and that was based on this. If you look back here, now it's a 20-minute chart. If you look back here, it was based on this level. I just wasn't sure if it was going to break or hold. That's 175. And as you can see now, we're spending a little bit of time northbound of 175. So on CEI, we tried the short right in here against that 175. It didn't work. We took a 3-cent hit and got out. And since then, we've been doing nothing. I think CEI fails at 175 and breaks lower. So I'm waiting for a short, 175. I'm sorry to tell you guys that, but you're up 97% today. I like this short CEI. I would start it right now against the 185 small, but then we'll hammer it through the short at 175. So let's start the small short here on CEI and then wait for 185 to hit. Here comes 175 right now.
Yeah, I just took 78. It did a failed break at 180, I know, because I actually just hit the 180 for the long. It immediately failed on CEI, so I just jammed back in to the south side of the trade. So I just took some 78s in there, just grabbed some 76s out. I'm going to be scalping all the way down. I do have Moderna. I promised I was going to get to it, so it bounced off VWAP a couple of times here. I had the short earlier and took it out. Probably too early in front of 311. I reloaded it here at about 314. I never got a chance at the highs again. I want this to break 310 and then we can get the rest of it out. But we're going to be trading what is moving a little bit more. Like it's for Moderna, that's kind of barcoding. And I don't want us to ignore Tesla. It is back at 800. So, I was kind of saying I probably should be patient with it. And wait for it to test that high instead of shorting the consolidation. I don't do it, and obviously that would have been the right decision at the time, but I walked through the thought process, and I kind of felt that was going too early, so I didn't make the play. I did short 800. I'm telling you, that trade did not last very long. It's like, oh goodness, we're at 800, let's go short in front of it. It didn't even pretend to bounce off the level. It's just like, that's a massive offer. Let's take it. And then I was out in 2 seconds. It was pretty crazy. A lot of fun to watch. But anyways, if it bounces here from 800, I would probably take a shot just in front of this at 803, 804. I think at this point, now that it's showing some sell here, I would probably take a quick little shot in front of the high of the day. I did get that Neuro trade. You would have seen that pop in. Oh, it's on the, yeah. You can't see the position board yet, but that just popped in at 985. I'm finally back into this name. I got out of it entirely too early here, and then had a horrible stop. This stop should always be placed at least at $10, and that's on me. Obviously every trade's on me, but that's ridiculous. I did get back into it here. You kind of see, it's not a real clean top here, like 995, and then this is 1010, and then this is 992, and then this is 990. So it's a bit of an area that you're dealing with here around $10 on Neuro, but I'm going to start to position at 85. I'll probably give it to at least 1010, 1015, something in that range. But I want to be in this to the south side until it breaks out from here, which it could, because these are higher lows, right? Like it's forming a bit of a wedge, and these are all higher lows on the way up, which does lend itself to a breakout. I'm just not sure that you've got a clean break unless it's above the 10, 10, 10, 15, which is why I would give it some time to work itself out. As always, Sean and I are flat by the end of the day, regardless. So all these positions that we have on, got to be out of them by 4 o'clock.
Most of the time we're flat.
Well,
or if not, we're flat shortly after that. I'm short all the time. I'm flat all the time. Okay, Palantir right here. Just looking at, actually today's been a pretty good day for Palantir. Unfortunately, it breaks back through 70. We get out there and fear that this happened. But look what just happened on Palantir right here. This was not, we didn't have much left, man. The minute it broke this VWAP, we're out. We're going to go back long right now through 2380. You did get rid of this stuff here. I like this, kind of looks like a head and shoulders neckline here. We'll see if it takes out this 2380 right here and go back to the upside. And then it won't be, I'd hope for it to be bigger than 10 cents, but if we can get that, that's fine right now on Palantir with only 40 minutes left on the day. But look at this, right back into the teeth of the morning. So wish we could have kept that. Is the Fed's taper already priced into the market? No, I don't think so, because they haven't been really definitive on timelines or time frames or anything like that. I mean, I keep hearing like, early 2022, which is coming up, and then there's that dot plot. So you guys can check out that if you wanted to find out a little bit more about dot plots or about anything like that. You can check out that. Okay, so there goes DraftKings. I mean, I don't know. I'd rather not. Like, I just don't know what's going to happen with the Fed and their tapering. It's just tough to say one way or the other. There's DraftKings.
There's a way to put it though. Like they're going to taper. It's the when. It's the when. And nobody. Who the hell?
I think everybody thinks they're going to, right? And so I think that's the point. But right now, there it is.
Oh,
right
there
now,
it is.
We'll hit a siren alert as CEI. Adios, amigos. I feel like Britney Spears. What up, Britney? Free Britney, right, Maggie? Free Britney. And here we go. We're freeing the beasts here.
Didn't that already happen? Never mind.
I think she's close to being free. Yeah, I don't know. I'll ask my wife. She's all over that Netflix thing. And there was another one too about Britney Spears. But there it is, man. We called this right when I started that we were shorting into this 180, 185. Here we go. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Let's see where CEI goes from here. But I like this play. We'll hold the short. We could get more out, man. I'm out at 10%, not even. And so now we'll see if it comes back into this area. I don't mind 65s. I mean, that's where we touch down. So, but maybe it's not going. Let's wait to see here. Got to get more out.
Here's what I will say about that the CI turn. When it turned here at like this 65, it only gave you like that 10% move. 10%.
Yeah, it's not that much, is it?
Yeah, 10%. That's that halt level. Anyway, so 150 is all it gave you. So when I look at it turning from $1.80, this rollover was a little bit slower, so it really broke down at 175. That probably gives you some room in the next minute or two to drop down into at least like 157, 158. And again, it'll probably turn there. And it just has to do with like, the ridiculous and nonsensical. Like it's 10% and these things tend to happen. It's also VWAP. So I'm pretty aggressive getting out in this range. We're going to take advantage of that. Neuro's absolutely going nowhere. Tesla still is also going nowhere. It's right at 800 and it's not moving. So I kind of felt like this pullback, if Tesla's gonna pull back, I would have expected by this point, whether breaking back up and I could test the high of the day with a short, or it's just giving it back, like it's a sell, it's sort of like a snapback rubber band sell action. Instead, you're getting absolutely nothing. So I kind of feel like nobody knows what to do with Tesla right here, and it's a lot of indecision. Which, hey, I mean, I guess that kind of feels right, because for a while I didn't know what to do with the stock either. So here we are, only in shorts right now. I don't have any long ideas that I am absolutely in love with. I was looking at that pulse, and not necessarily for a long. I thought maybe this would have another leg in it as well. It did put in a big sell at about 940 just before we came on, and it's about $1 down since then. But it's barcoding and volume. You guys can't really see volume. I can do this so you can. Volume is just dead here on PALT. Like it fell down at barcodes, and you need movement, right? Like you're gonna see us try to be trading things that are moving a little bit, unless like Moderna, where I've been holding a directional trade all day long and have had a pretty solid read of Moderna. Probably my best stock of this week. Or look, man, Moderna's probably been one of the best day trading stocks for me ever since it's been in that pullback, because I like to go short on names, and that's just the read I usually have. One other stock, if I can get to it, where is it? Levi's holding up at the high. So kind of thought this would be an unsexy name going into earnings, and it's up 9%. Of course, the story is how strong the market is. It's not doing a heck of a lot, but we did say, this stock, if it were to get past that 27 area, could be possibly breaking out on the chart. We'll see what happens tomorrow if it can hold these highs. Tesla now below that 800, so I guess I'm not getting that short in front of the high of the day after all, Brendan.
I saw this Turtle Beach pop up a little bit earlier, guys. I mean, volume is like super low on this. It was up 7% when I looked at it earlier on about 280,000 shares. Just did that and is now traded, I think, about 350,000 shares. So very thin, 10% for Turtle Beach. There was a positive note on it this morning with an award, but that's a big move for very little volume.
Nice, Mike. We just saw that on the super chat there. Thank you, Mike, for the $5. I mean, maybe you are the guy on Palantir now, Mike, because it picks up the double bottom on the cell phone.
While picking up the kids at school.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. It's a nice move right there. So good one there, making cash on the side there. I like that play. So good job there. Thank you for the super chat as well, Mike. All $5. Anything you guys have for us is great, and we'll try to talk about it on the show. So thank you so much, Mike, for that. That's for sure. And congratulations, and what's up to your kids from me to you. And what's up? So
it's just amazing that you can do I only have one kid, and it's like it's amazing you can do anything while picking them up from school. It's
You
just
just
enough.
tell the one kid to like look after the other one while you're making the trades. I mean, I figure like we do that with fantasy sports, right?
Erin either like sprints because she's ready to get home, or just it's like linger. It's just there's no in between, man. It's one or the other, right? So you know what it's like.
I
we got keys for this, and I'm gonna drop one of the new ones. So this has Neuro. Whatever, I'm dropping this because it's one of the new Bitcoin ones we have, and we like the new graphics.
Sure.
Right into VWAP here, so we'll get back on the horse with this stock, right at the same levels that we liked before. Already starting to roll over. Like I said, if I find something I like to the long side, we'll go ahead and take it, but the market has dipped a little bit from the top, and I'm seeing pullbacks just about everywhere, including this Neuro that we have on, so we can celebrate that win. Of course, we don't have it on Tesla. CEI is again trying to catch a little bit of a bid here, but it's a lower high. So as long as it wants to put in this lower high, I don't want to get any more out between, I guess it's like this 65 to 70 area that we covered the next third of our trade. So I'm still holding about half the position that I had on, but I got tons of bids in. I got bids in front of this 160 level. I'll be down to about 20% if it breaks 160, and then I'd be thinking about getting flat in front of VWAP. But it is looking. I'd say it's obviously a lot stronger than Neuro at this point, but it's showing some signs of weakness if it can't get back above this 175 area.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about crypto here. We can have a quick look at it. 36. It's just funny because 3,600 right now on Ethereum, just staring it in the face right now. So 36. It hasn't done much all afternoon or all day really. We had a dip down to 35.80 and back and forth. So this is Ethereum right now. You can trade ETHE. You can trade some of those other names. I prefer to trade the physical. We don't have it here, but that's what we prefer to trade, and it is on the Prosper Pro platform as well. So if you are with Day Trade the World, you can trade some Ethereum and some Bitcoin, and I think there's 6 or 7 different names there. Check out with your trading floor development team for those. But yeah, good look there on some of the crypto names. But Tilray, talk about Tilray here. It's been a good day today for Tilray shareholders. I thought, it hasn't been a great one. You're still up that 2%, which I think anytime Tilray is up, I think is a good day for shareholders. So that's what I think about the stock and the space. And it's because I'm jaded because, we've been all, I shouldn't say all of us, but many of us that have invested in this space have gotten roasted. We wish that the stock would go as high as some of the shareholders maybe are, because right now, Tilray, yeah, there it is. Yeah, if that's all that we can do for that, we'll do it. But anyways, needless to say, as the rant continues, we were short early, man, and we were short early. We had that short, and then we punched the ticket short at 1070, cashed it all out, got out when it started coming back up, so we avoided all of that. I did say in the sticky note early, and as I'm reading it right now, I feel ridiculous that the short, it talks about getting the short out. Actually, it's not today, it was on yesterday's at 1150. We talked about that earlier on in the day, where we liked that stock to come out. And that's basically where it went to, and that would have been a great short. So, I think Tilray is done. Not done. That was not a... I just thought it would rally more off the report. I can't really say anything other than that. If it's not going to go up here, then we just have to wait for the... we always talk about the Fed rallies. People like when we say that, but we're going to have to wait for them to come through, and then that's about it. And I don't know. If earnings isn't going to spark these things... If earnings is not going to ignite these things, these names, then I don't know what is. So right now, Tilray's basically in the doghouse, like it's been for basically its whole entire existence.
Yeah, and
this was a $250 stock at one point.
Exactly, right? And that's the thing. I've never invested in the cannabis space, but I remember as a day trader, back a couple of years ago, it was just every single day. That's all you would trade if you were a day trader when it was going absolutely nuts at the end of the year. I'm probably going to have to put up or shut up. The longer we do not break out of this channel in CEI, it's not about being nervous or anything, but it's like whether it's your spidey sense or it's just the overall feeling in the stock. The longer it takes for it to break down here, the more concerned I get that it's going to make it test at that high. And the simple fact that we did not test the 193 to $2 area yet, after breaking the 171, because I'll go to the 15-minute chart because that's what actually makes sense here. We had that capitulation to the downside, and here's your 171. If you want to go all the way back into oh my goodness, you got to go all the way back, and to me, start looking back at some of these support levels here, and then this higher support, which is that 93 into 2. That's where I think we're probably headed. That's where we started, the real rally when it broke out of this range. The support was at 193 to $2, and then it skyrocketed to 5. So We haven't even really truly tested into that range. It stopped shy of it at 88, despite taking out that 71 lower high after the flush in the short seller report. So it just feels like it's coiling up to get there. No one is letting go of this thing, right? You got the day traders that are covering when it comes to the downside, and it's not really pushing through. The same thing happened when I was short at this 165 area. It just couldn't push through. It consolidated higher. I actually got spooked and got a bunch more shares out at 160 in that case, and that's kind of what I'm feeling like now. Like I might get spooked and get a bunch of shares out at 175 if it breaks back into the 75 to 80 range. So CEI, you never want to get caught with this one. We're flat at the end of the day anyway, so if it makes a 4 p.m. breakout, then I guess we're obviously going to be fine with that trade. Going to come back to Tesla because I know some of you guys are watching it. I would be shocked if it gave it all back, but it might at least give it back to this original pullback at 93. I'd be shocked if it gets to 90. I'm going long in front of 90 because remember this morning 90 was that clear level, and I gave up on that trade because it just wouldn't go, and then it finally goes at like 230, right? So don't give up on things like that. That's a good way of putting it. But if it drops down to 90, for sure I want to take that long. It was a clean break at that price, clean resistance, should probably turn into support. I think there will be buyers down there. I don't know about the 93, but certainly if this continues to fall, I'd buy in front of 90, as long as it's not the last 10 minutes of the day.
All right, talking about NIO here, we'll hit the bullseye because we hit that right on the dot there at $35, man. We had that $35 long rate there. That's my buy, and then this is where we got out, man. 35.60, yeah, good job. 60 cents on that one, another 30 cents on that one, and more to the upside. So we'll net it out over, over $1 easily on NEO, but we gave up the upside all the way up on that. So that was a NEO pick that we had. We got to start to hold on to these things a little bit more. And sometimes my bias in the market hits it, even though I'm a bull. Generally speaking, the shorts have been great for me. I mean, whatever. I go both ways. I mean, I know that's not going to sound.
You know what
and that always sounds like that. But me and Neil just trading price action, right? I mean, and the thing is that same thing with Square. We have it again. Let's hit the bullseye one more time for Square. I mean, we have the bottom on Square too, 245, right? But again, there's the high. So we take Square out. Square is one of the top stocks for me today, but left some money on the table. So there we go again. Thank you so much, Sam Troy, for that super chat there. That comes through right there. Thank you so much. I mean, that means a lot for us, for sure. Thank you. And I want to thank also, we got a big super chat also on our Memes and Movers show. Shout out to Prad and Miss V, killing it.
That was Big Moo. Was Big Moo here?
Big Moo, that's who it was. It was Big Moo. What up, Big Moo? There, thank you for that super chat for sure. Okay, so we're getting ready to close out the show soon. I would like to see if Miss V could do a little Tesla recap at the big screen. I don't know if she's around. That would be nice to get that, or whatever she's been trading today. Maybe we could do that for you guys.
I hope she just crushed it. I hope she.
AMD. Oh man, Facebook down to 330 again. You know what the thing is? We may have just seen the bottom in Chinese names, but it doesn't mean that we're not going back downside here. Alibaba up 9% today. Was definitely not thinking that. Obviously, with President Xi and Joe Biden, apparently. Remember I said that Xi hasn't left China in 720 something days, I believe the count was. If not, it was in the sixes. But that should be good for some of these Chinese names. You're seeing finally getting a bump up. We are not in the clear at all on these Chinese names. I'd like to see this above 180, and then we'll start to retest. I mean, I think Alibaba has huge growth potentials, and I shouldn't have to tell you that. What's up, Brendo?
Another one just popping up to day highs, guys. AppLovin. Remember earlier in the day we were talking about the deal with Twitter. This is the other side of that. APP on the NASDAQ now 10% to the upside. Just made a new day high, as I mentioned. Remember, 1.2 billion was the revenue for this MoPub mobile that they're going to pay 1.05 billion to Twitter for, guys.
Ooh.
Sure, big move there. And remember I said if this pops up, if we pop back up to like 75, I might get spooked and take more shares out of CEI. Yeah, I've already started doing it here. So I got some here at like 72. If it comes into that range, I think I'll cover more shares here. It's entirely too strong at this particular point. And speaking of strength, I'm not saying Moderna is strong, but it's certainly, look how well it's holding VWAP here, right? Like it's just kind of ridiculous, like 310 over and over again. At some point, if it doesn't break down, I got to look at this and say to myself, if it breaks 313, I'll just trail out, right? So at that point, it'll be a small win on the last of these shares. Certainly earlier on in the day, it gave you a better opportunity. But if we're not going to break that bottom, I can't be hanging on to it forever. We only have 25 minutes to go. So I'm going to pop the trail in here. If we break 313 on Moderna, I am all out. We're going right back to Brendan. What do you got, buddy?
You were talking about this BCYC. Yeah, still halted. That is still AppLovin, guys. Here we go. Bicycle Therapeutics, they reported data on this drug clinical trial. I'll read through this, but yeah, it was a news halt there, guys, for BCYC, still halted because of news.
And look, I see you guys asked. I saw that asked in the chat. I'm like, I didn't know what it was, so we have a communication. So I asked Brendan. Brendan gets you guys the news. That's what we're about here. I couldn't pretend. I looked at it. I saw low volume. I saw a big move, and I saw the halt, but did not know what was going on. So I hope that does help getting that news out to you. Just to quickly come back to another name here, and it's going to be Affirm, because who has two thumbs?
This guy.
Shorted Affirm and managed to lose money. I even said 140. Like, this is one of my biggest problems today, right? So, on the morning show, you would have heard me say that I like to break down at 132, and then I want to short off of 136. So this short's fine. Like, we get into 134 reload, we scalp it out, we then get into 135.50, take it out when it breaks out of that 136 level. That's absolutely fine. But then I'm like, got to see it test 140. I then short it off of 139 one time here at 138 and stop it out at the high at 139.32, right? So, and then what? I don't do anything. Like, it breaks 140 and rejects. It breaks 140, goes to 140.90 and then rejects it. Like, where's my entry here at 139? Where's my entry here when it comes back 137.50? Like, you don't see it because I didn't get back to the stock. So I short it too early, don't adhere to my rule, and then I don't get back into the trade because I'm kind of angry with myself over it. So I just kind of walked away from the stock, which you should really never do. And then now Affirm is trending right back down to, hey, guess what level is holding? That 132 from the pre-market that initially broke, right? That gave us that scalp trade. So 132 remains a key level. This time it's going to be support. We'll see what happens tomorrow. If that's breaking and the market comes back in, then we might be shorting Affirm again at 132. And this time I'll stick to my rules. Brendo?
So this is a ovarian cancer trial, treatment for ovarian cancer. This thing just reopened again, guys, ripping back to the upside. BCYC. It looks relatively positive. It's about 40% on a positive result for these trial members. So 11 took place. About 4 of the 11 were positive. So I mean, it's not great, but yeah, that's a big move for BCYC. Again, ovarian cancer treatment, guys.
So, and Brendan will correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, but it was down, like at the low of the day it was $31.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So like it's about to halt right now to the upside. The float is like 3 million shares from what I see here. So like that's like, it's just super tiny. There's not, it's just halted again. There's no liquidity on this thing. So
how come I didn't see that line up to halt? Like, I mean, damn it, I would have been long there if I would have.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, you could have mathematically seen that it was going to halt, but I was hoping to see it line up like that, so I would have taken that. But I think that's a good trade.
That could go.
If you're long BCYC, I definitely like that trade. Okay. I did want to say what's up to Canary Wharf here. Thank you so much for being a member for 2 months, and that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our members. It's $5 a month just to be a member, and we'd like to call you guys out whenever you get on to a monthly kind of graduation there. So thank you, Canary Wharf, and thank you for, yes, I do think ETH is going to hit all-time highs. I think every single cryptocurrency is probably going to hit all-time highs. Don't know about Shiba Inu.
Every is
that's
a lot.
on its way back. Okay, hold on a second. Swing plays. So I think Facebook. So look, I think Facebook's going to be a multi-day play here. Look, it's red today. The NASDAQ's up. What's going to happen tomorrow when the NASDAQ is down 2%? Okay, so just not that I'm saying that's going to happen, but might, and it could. I definitely think we retest close to some of those lows we've had on NASDAQ. I think it needs one more test to the downside before it does anything. So before we explode to the upside into the new year. So I am looking at that. Boom, AMC. Okay, we got to spend some time on AMC. But anyways, I think Facebook. I called AMC long through 38. By the way, where is that right now? So 37. So watch out. AMC's doing nothing. So maybe we just got pranked there, but that's fine. Oh no, there it goes. I mean, 37 went to 38. We like this 38 break. I mean, we tweeted it. We put that out on the sticky note early. We missed it, but that was a great break the first time it happened. I don't know if it's going to be a great break this time, but I do like AMC. Maybe this level 38.15 for a breaker 19. Do you read? Okay, so one other thing here. Rocket Labs. So I'm getting ready to get out. If this can come upside, we'll just get out of this one at 50s here. Good trade for us on Rocket Lab, another 50 cents. But back to FB here, quick time. I haven't traded it today, which is strange because normally I'm all over Facebook, but I haven't done it yet today. Look at this 20-minute chart. I mean, we topped out at this 338. So sort of before everything started here, we did have some issues up around this 338, 340. Then, of course, you get the 60-minute story that happens on the Sunday night. Everyone knew about it, the whistleblower. It comes all the way back down to 322 here. Retests some of these bottoms over and over throughout the whole day. Up, up. Now fade again on these levels, 339. I believe tomorrow we test 326. We may even test lower. So I don't think, the story's not done here on FB. So, my call is to the downside in that. And then unfortunately, if the market is going to go down, another idea I have is going to be DraftKings. We shorted that one today. I mean, we put our money where our mouth is sometimes, and there it is, man. Short DraftKings, and then out right there. I'd hold this if I could overnight, but I can't. So that's DraftKings, and those are my calls.
Someone asked in the chat there, so I want to get to it. Can Tilray get to 1050 by tomorrow? Is it a pipe dream? I'm assuming you're gonna be. Pipe dream must mean that you're short, right? Because you're hoping it gets to 1050. So if that assumption is incorrect, I apologize in advance. But that's what makes sense to me. If you've got this short today after it popped up and then rejected these highs at 1150, is it crazy to think you can get to 1050? No, it's not crazy to think you can get to 1050. You are dealing with, on the daily chart, like this being fresh lows that you're into. So, I mean, obviously you've got it in the money and you're doing a stop. I don't short anything and hold overnight. That's just not this is not something that I really do. But from a technical standpoint, it absolutely could retest that low. If all you're looking for is to test the low and not even break it, absolutely, as long as you've got it off of that high that it's been holding today so far. Now, what's working against you is the fact that it is holding up above VWAP. This is right at 1095.11 even is exactly where it flushed the morning, and then where it had the breakout to the high of the day. So to hold that is a little bit bullish, but if you've got it against the top, you do have some gap up risk. It absolutely could go there, but as long as you stick to that stop at that multi-day high on the 15-minute chart, then I think you should be okay. A couple of things that are going on, because it's past 340 already. I know we say the fastest hour in YouTube, but this one feels way faster. And I'm still looking at this Moderna not going anywhere. And it's at the point here where I almost just need to get this trade out. You can see it rounding off to this bottom. It does not seem to want to go anywhere. So it's one of those where, like, put up, shut up. I'm just going to bank the profit on Moderna. I do not like the fact that it is holding up the way that it is. So it's a 314 essentially short that we have. I think it could give you more than $3, but sometimes you just got to drop the mic and walk away and just understand that I don't necessarily want this. On the first day where Moderna looks like it had a jailbreak to the upside, I don't want to be sitting in the short when the market is up and the imbalances come out. Because if that goes the other way, I just feel like there's more risk being in the short position than the long. So that's the way I want to play it. I am also trimming that CEI. So you can call it paper hands on the short or not. It just put in a lower high. I said I would get more shares out if it tested that 175. It has. So now down to a quarter of the position. I still have bids down in the 160 range, but again, this is holding near the high. And CEI, what? You don't think this stock could make a run into 4 o'clock at that high of the day? I don't know what you've been watching the last few weeks on CEI. Don't put anything against it at this point. After that wipeout, the fact that it's even doubling up here is shocking enough. So more power to anyone that held on through that move. There's just no way in heck that I would have, but you've now been given a bit of a reprieve. If you are long, if you're a trader who got the long on either of these flushes off of dollar or when it broke into penny status, and you can take it out for a double up right now, or like 50% or 60% or 70%, just try to remember what happened to people that got super greedy on the stock before, right? No one ever went broke taking profit. I get it, diamond hands and all that other good stuff, but take your profit. This has been an unbelievable double up. The fact that it happened, I think, is amazing. It's just, I wouldn't be betting it's going to $5 again. I think that's nuts. Brenda, what's up?
Cation Auto, KXIN, more Chinese talk for you. Again, light volume on this one, but just popped up here on a volume spike. Also, if I flip back over to BCYC, open again, guys, coming back down.
Oh, coming back down. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't see that. Oh no, it halted. Yeah, okay, so it's basically flat. Yeah, it hasn't done anything, but it does make that move to 40. I guess this is the move that Brandon's talking about. Opens and tanks to 40.50. So it's a good thing I wasn't long on that move because I probably would have got. Well, I probably would have put the stop at 40 to be honest with you. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. It's not really moving to the upside. Too big of a spread. Honestly, guys, it's a hard pass for me. So I'm not going to look at this. There's no volume here. There's not even too much volume on this open. So no. Pass for me on that one all the time when I see volume like that. So just so you guys know, that's going to be a definite hard pass for me on that BYCY. They're hard pass for me, and, just because, that's all. BBIG today, in and out there quickly. We were waiting for 5. That never came down through, so we don't have to worry about it. So $5 does not come through on this name, so we'll wait for it to see what happens next. But for now, pass on BBIG, not much happening. Paul, you already looked at that. The only other positions that we have on board is only 5 minutes now until the New York imbalances come out, so that should affect us a little bit on some of these plays. On that note, again, Ford's just up here. We'll see if it wants to fade back in. It's still at the same level. It's bounced off 95, not once, not twice, but all through here, and then again right now. So let's call this a double top, I guess. So I guess it is twice, but it just keeps bouncing its head off here. So we'll wait to see if it can come back to the downside. I still think it's a little bit overdone. And then, by the way, hate to say, what up, Sam? Thank you so much, Sam. One more time, we'll do a little bit of an Italian gladiator here, running the money through. So thank you so much, Sam, again. I hope you had a big trade on today. I do have SoFi in my long-term portfolio, so thank you, Amir Zing, and thank you again to Sam Troy for that. I mean, it's so good when his old super chat is still up here and then he drops the new one. Yep. So thank you so much, Sam. That does mean a hell of a lot to us, and I hope your trading is going well, like it is over on this side, well, for all of us. So here's the NASDAQ. Look what I said, man. I mean, come on, man. Pop a wheelie. I'm going to have to talk to my main man, Arun, here, because, some of these calls on the futures, I'm just going to double check with him, and I'm going to start putting them on because we called this move back into this spot right here on the NASDAQ. Even when we started the show, we were up here. I said, watch out for the NASDAQ coming to the downside. And there it is right there. Retest these lows. So that's a big one right there. So I don't know. Hopefully some of you made that. I got to have a little more faith in that. Watching the show and putting on some of these positions, or not watching the show. I'm on the show. Hosting the show. You do get, that's the right word, yeah. You do get distracted with other things. And I'm just glad that at least we're getting people out of the way on some of these moves. So yeah, that's for sure. Best community on YouTube.
It is worth saying, but here's the thing.
Agree.
If you're short on Ford, right,
Yep.
It's not that you're short the futures overall, but if you've got short on a big name, you're kind of already invested in that play. It's one thing if you're flat.
I mean, the problem is future. Yeah,
I'm talking in general.
In general, yeah. If you're on a Microsoft and Apple, something that's a little more tied to the index, yes. Ford. I mean, if this was a red day today, Ford, I don't know if it would be up 5.5% or not, but we had the great investor day from GM and things like that, so that's why I'm on that Ford. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. I want to say congratulations to Jude. Jude cashed out Tesla, but great short there. And this is the thing, whenever you see this, and again, Neil was on it, I was doing something else, but these wick off tops right there, that's the kind of stuff you want to see, and then when you get that, and then you get the next candle red, that really, some of these breaking spots right here, 803, 804, that's your trigger to the downside. And I like to find some here. We don't really, it's kind of that's a wick right there to the upside. Too many wicks early to look at that, but when a move is kind of going parabolic and then you get something like that, kind of happened right here as well, if you guys can see that. Kind of happened right there. It came back in a little bit, and then so that indicates that. And I would say you actually have some bottom wicks right here as well. So Tesla may be going back to 800 sooner than you guys think.
So I was going to type this in the chat.
We got out of RKLB.
BYC here, guys. Be very, very careful with this because it's open and it's popping back upside again. If this halts this late in the session, you better have access to post-market trading or to be able to get a sort of an order for that reopen, because it might not actually open until after 4 o'clock and then trade in the pre-market, meaning you'd have to get the fill literally at 4 p.m. With that market on open, technically order. So this is really, really strong. As Brendan said, it was positive news, but that was a shakeout play. If I had gotten the long, Sean, if I had gotten the long on that halt, I always take out half wherever it reopens, and it opened flat. So that would have been you make nothing, and then I probably would have stopped it. I don't know, maybe I would have held it down to 38. I don't even think I would. So it probably would have been a loss. But look at that stock go. It's been an absolute crazy, crazy runner here, guys. It might not be done. Put it on your watch list for tomorrow, but it is extremely illiquid. 2 million share float. It'll probably halt a bunch of times here. And I do have to, with only a few minutes to go here till the imbalances come out. Like I said, I got out of that Moderna trade. Neuro as well, NASDAQ stock, Neil. Neuro is holding at 950. I should probably take this one out as well. There's a buyer here at like 99. So if I can get this one out in front of that buyer, I'll just go ahead and do it. Because it doesn't seem like it wants to go any further. If it breaks up, and breaks this even like 60 to 65, I'll just take it out manually. You got to take what the market gives you, and with 10 minutes to go, it doesn't seem like it wants to give me any more. So, you got to take it out and take whatever the win is. It's not going to be like a full dollar like it was giving you earlier in the day off these levels. But hey, if it gives you 40, 50 cents and you bank the profit, the risk to reward was still good at about 2 to 1 there. So you take the trade, it's going to work out for you. It's been a great level all day long on Neuro. So will I be looking at $10 tomorrow on Neuro? 100%. Right, like we'll go right back to the well until it stops working, until it stops feeding you.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much, Jude, for very, very kind words. I just tweeted it out. Thank you so much. I mean, you're the one making the money and hitting the keys. I mean, Neil and I are just here to sort of try to guide people or guide everybody on the chat here. And if you have any questions about anything, I mean, we have such a great team, I feel, that we've built here with Brendan bringing the news, Neil and myself sitting here trading and the camaraderie and everything. And, it's been a real fun couple years for us. And the fact is, we're just getting started. So, we did have a new hire, so we'll announce or her, I guess, tomorrow.
You'll see.
She's here tomorrow. We'll
Friday,
talk.
right? Yeah.
We'll run this by Maggie. She's in charge. So whatever Maggie wants. But welcome Natalie to the team. So we're excited to have her on, and maybe we'll introduce her tomorrow. Maybe.
I think so.
We did ask her in the interview if she wanted to be on camera, and she's
cool.
Yes. She said yes. She said yes. So. Okay. So it's going to be a big one there. So thank you. Everyone is amazing on the show except Rob. So that's what Amir Singh said. But
Who said?
Amir Singh did. So what I'm saying here is this is completely not true. Obviously, Rob is, he's sort of the heartbeat behind this show. So thank you, Rob. He's running the board all by himself right now. So there you go, creating graphics, there he is there. Oh, now he's pissed. Now you guys are in trouble, Amir Singh. We'll meet you outside. Actually, we're getting a cage here for a Prad v. Lucas. And we'll see what happens.
My money's on Lucas.
Prad v. Lucas. We're going to create some
NFTs.
We're going to create a pay-per-view. And
Lucas has this.
Anyways. Oh, Prad, you're still here? What the hell? Okay, that's new. Yeah, okay, Prad is down with that. Maybe we can throw onto him when you get a chance there, and we can see some Prad.
Okay, Prad.
There, we'll see. But okay, back to trading here. It's 350. The imbalances are out. We'll show Prad. There he is right there.
Lucas
okay, now Lucas is a hell of a lot less scared after that. So, okay, so all right. So I kind of feel a little funny here about Rocket Lab there because the imbalances. I'll get them to you guys in 1 second. Here's Rocket Lab. We held this absolutely all day. 824 we're in at, and we are now out at 340, and we basically got 10 more cents better than we had at that time. So not too much stress on this position.
All I heard was better.
Exactly, so a good one, thank you. We did better, so that's a good one right there on RKLB. But let's go to the imbalances quickly just to see if there's anything. We like to do this together, so we'll put our chart up here and we'll change it as we go. ET, energy transfer. I don't know, 3 million shares to sell. That'll pair off. You can see it's not really doing too much to the stock. These all come out at 350, so we're going to look at the candles in the last couple seconds here to see where we go. So that's doing nothing. I don't see anything of any concern here whatsoever. I mean, AT&T is not going to move. This stock is jammed up all the time. If you've never seen a level 2 of AT&T, this is what it looks like, just jammed up. NEO as a buy is nice. So there's a little bit of buy off VWAP there. So that comes through on the VWAP bid. So that's no surprise there for NEO for a buy. And then there's Uber. Uber's been a good story as well to the upside. That's a buy as well. And then there's Mickey Mouse. What's up, Mickey Mouse? Right there, showing it to the Disney to the upside as well. I have no idea why I hit the pizza guy for Mickey Mouse, but there it is, lovely. Maybe you can get some nice pies there at Disneyland. CEI coming to the downside. Neil, I'm just going to start to get out because we don't have much of a choice. I'm still short 74, never violated. I love this name, I love this trade, and we'll be back on CEI tomorrow. Hey man, only 900 million shares today.
This is the thing, and I know at times people are like, oh yeah, you guys are trading CEI again. This is the reality of any day trader, or any trader for that regard. You can't care about where the money, like what you're trading. Like, and if you want to be a momentum trader, if what makes you money is something different, that's what makes you money. If you're good at something, you go ahead and do it in this game because that's what it's all about. I know that's not always the most fun thing in the world, and not everyone gets excited for a stock going from 178 to 170. But let's be realistic. The volume is ridiculous, and as long as it's hot, I know we're going to be trading it to some extent, guys. So that is going to be CEI for you. I can tell you, Tesla never got to that. I mean, Jude, fantastic trade. I just got to keep saying it over and over again because the setup was there, but it takes stones to grab that one. Last time broke 800, it went to 807, it stalled at 05. You're doing it a little bit blind with the investor meeting coming in.
Whoa.
It takes stones to actually get into that, not just see the setup, but take it. It does hold above that, well above that 790, so that support level is still going to be there. I want to see if it can hold up through tomorrow and through into that meeting. Going to be a fantastic one. I think, we'll go ahead and say I think Tesla's going to be strong tomorrow. I kind of hope it is, but we'll see. Don't know what they're going to say. Not really sure. We thought AMC was moving for a little bit.
My call on Tesla tomorrow is southbound. Yeah, because of that news, they're spiking today. I mean, did it deserve to run up to 805? I love Tesla, obviously. Let's hear what it says. We always do talk about sell the rumor. Buy the rumor, sell the news, and in this case, I just believe that tomorrow night it goes to the downside off of tonight's call. But again, could be wrong. I would never make a play. Do not.
It's my 790. That's
yeah. Don't. I mean, I'm not. This is not for a swing play at all. I'd much rather prefer that Facebook short.
It's actually there's no swing that makes sense on Tesla because if you look at where you're at trading right now. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the AMC chart. It's not really doing anything. I was about to say, like, AMC made that break again, and it's really not moving, so that's why we don't cover that stock when it's not going anywhere. But the thing about Tesla is, like, you know, what's your swing basis here? Like, it didn't on the break, it's holding that 790 support. It didn't really break that 807, so you're kind of hoping it breaks a gigantic resistance level at this 800 after it ran up into the event, right? So the whole sell the news kind of idea. Right. And if you swing a short, it's like, okay, well, you're swinging short in front of support, and then it's also, look at this, it's held like 765, 770. I kind of feel like it's not going anywhere outside of this range going into tomorrow. So it might give you a small win on the short side, but then if it takes out the top, like 800's been, I mean, I don't know, it could go to 840, 850. I just hate the idea of holding this overnight. I think it'll be a great day trade regardless tomorrow, though, I can tell you that much.
Should be. I mean, Tesla all the time, I'm pretty sure, is a good day trade. We're just getting out of our Ford. We've just been, I mean, I wish we were holding out for 86, 87s again, but unfortunately, we just got to take what the market gives us, and we're just emptying Ford out right now. We are short 92s. It's not going to be big. We should have averaged in at this 95, but we didn't want to. Just too close to the end of the day, and there it is. We're end the trade right there with a little bit of a tune for all y'all to get going on. So there we go. Yep, it's a headbanger for sure, Robbie. All right, so there we go. We just took out some 70s again on CEI. We talked about that. I still wonder if there's a flush coming. We're still on the bid here, all over 71s. We'll see if we can get that fill, and then we'll start to cash some of those out. But again, a short at 74, out at 71s. We don't have much choice here as we're getting ready to rock and roll. So thank you for all the kind words today. Costco, what's Costco doing? I want to see that name because on any of these dips, this was a name that I'm not in on my long-term portfolio, and obviously I should be, and I've never really, I was trading this thing back and forth between 100 and 200 bucks, but it's just been off and I haven't been able to get in. So today, maybe a good opportunity. Look at the NASDAQ, and again, sorry, not sorry, but we talked about this move, man. I just really hope that people weren't lottoing any longs into this day here. When the NASDAQ throws up like this near the end of the day, it's not a good sign. And I mean, I don't know. I talked about Facebook being a swing trade short, into tomorrow. You've already been in the money $3 if you took that when I started talking about it. So, I mean, already, whoa, hello. Someone just sent me a message there on Facebook or on Twitter there. Okay, to the downside, 329 and change coming in, and we called that one. So, hey, man, we will, throw out some nice footballs here. It's a throw to Brendan. Okay, yeah, that's Seattle versus the Rams. I'm on the Rams.
It's the Rams are at home, right?
I don't even know. I haven't made the bet yet. I think it's 3.5, 6.5.
Because that actually would matter. I think if Seattle.
Are they going to let Russ cook? I mean, that's
they
really
need to. They'll have to tonight, one way or the other, as usual. And this is a recurring theme with 2 minutes to go. Moderna, I get out before the imbalances come out, and then of course it goes further in the money, right? So as usual, I get out too soon on mRNA, but it's still going to be a good stock today. It won't be the trade of the day. Apologies, but CEI in both directions. Was a good trade, so we both had it, so either one of us could have done it today, but we're going to be doing CEI with a minute and a half to go. I think even with the pullback, safe to say we are going to end up in positive territory, I want to say.
Yeah, we are. But,
Yeah, obviously. I don't even need to show you guys.
It's going to be short-lived, trust me. Okay, so DraftKings was the other swing play that we talked about, and again, we talked about it before we even got out here. So that was $49.90 or so. Basically it was at $50 when the show started. That's, when we were talking about swing plays, and this would have been a nice one as well, right down to the downside. So you can already cash some in there. They're in Seattle. Yeah, okay, so thanks, Bevan. Oh, look, it should be a good game. It's a conference game. It's a division game. So there you go. We'll have to wait to see how it goes. I love these games. I mean, I think there's been 1 or 2 games that have been under on prime time, unders. So they've all been over, so it should be exciting. And if you're a fan of the NFL, check it out tonight. It should be good. McVay running that offense.
Yeah, I got nobody in fantasy going tonight. So, in one of my leagues, I have Henderson, so I want to run for a bajillion yards.
I had Carson, but he has that neck problem, so I'm going to back away from him.
He's always hurt.
Yep.
So with just under 30 seconds...
Canada versus Mexico World Cup qualifying. Let's go Canada on that one. I thought you put up it's not time yet. So let's do the old Canada thing real quickly. We'll hope out for the best of that one. I think if we can win this game, then we're almost pretty certain for World Cup because Mexico's a strong team. So let's hope we can get that win with only 20 seconds to go. It's been a big day.
Yeah, why I definitely said there we're going to hold green is because Miss V is wearing the green today. So the streak does stay alive here. We're going to drop the countdown. There it is. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ring it, Miss V.
Thank you, Ms. V. The green pays off today because if I'm not correct, Brendan, I believe we finished positive.
We did, yeah. Even with that selling pressure at the end of the day there on all indexes, really, we came in quite a bit. Remember, these were all more than 1% when we started this hour, not even this day. 0.85, 1.08, 0.86 for the NASDAQ, 1.1 here in Toronto. Crude with a bounce back day as well. Also starting in negative territory, getting back to 1.7 there. Ethereum. That's Europe, if anyone was wondering. Worth mentioning, as I throw my pen, tomorrow's jobs day, guys. So 8:30 tomorrow morning, jobs report, non-farm payrolls for September will be maybe a market mover. So join us, won't you, at 8:30?
100%. And stick around, of course. We got the trade of the day coming through. It's been an absolutely fun one. Let's sign it off here.
Yeah, it was good. I want to give a big thanks to Rob. Ran the whole last show there by his lonesome there. So thank you to Rob. Yeah, thank you, Rob. Thank you to Maggie for always working hard on this, on the back end of these interviews and everything that we have. So thank you to Maggie for that as well. And thank you to Prad and to Miss V. Big show and the Memes and Movers. Unfortunately, should we tell people that Miss V is going on a little bit of a hiatus for a couple days?
We just did.
We just did. So, Miss
V. Have fun, Blair.
Miss V will be here tomorrow. So, viewers, if you're not, I don't blame you. But thank you, Miss V, for everything that you do for us as well. And that's about it. Obviously, Brendan's killed it today with the news, as he does every day. And I hope that you were impressed with some of the trading today that Neil and I did. So, hey, look, for our whole Trader TV Live team, enjoy your Thursday. And we will be back tomorrow, bright and early, 8:30. See you then, guys.